Yeah. Every mountain is climbed one step at a time, and every great journey begins with a single stride. We're here to help you realize your true potential, one conversation at a time.
Remember, cathedrals weren't built overnight, but they were built by laying one brick at a time. And today we're laying those bricks together.
Prepare to break through the barriers of the ordinary with laughter as our compass and knowledge as our guide. Let's explore the extraordinary.
Because living with positivity isn't just an act, it's an art. And we're here to help you master it.
So tune in, turn up the volume, and get ready to realize your true potential with The Human Now.
Oh. You bought the Jason gun this morning.
The boys are back in town, baby.
What's up?
Not too much, everything. Feeling good.
Excellent.
How about yourself?
Yeah, it's been a bit of a funny morning, but we're here. We're here.
Bit of a roller coaster?
I wouldn't say roller coaster. It was just a bit of a rush and
Right.
and organizing and juggling and
Sorting out the family?
sorting out
yourself?
sorting out the family, sorting out myself. Yeah, but we're here.
Yeah.
We made it. I feel a little bit. You're probably too young to remember a program called Faulty Towers.
Nah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's this character it was based around. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Nah, keep going. Let's hear it.
It was based around a hotel.
Yeah.
And there's this one character who was just like the bowelman type character.
Mm-hmm.
And he was just like always falling over and dropping things and just hilarious. But like always chaotic, always running around, always like falling through a window or something like that.
Yeah.
I just felt like him this morning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What would you need for it to have? So why are you where you are? What has not
I
gone
think
right?
the reason is
Yeah.
right. It's because I stayed in bed a little too long.
There it is.
So it's my own fault. And
you own EP.
Yeah, and
What were you meant to be doing?
Well, I do what I normally do on a Sunday morning.
Yeah.
Right. But then the plans had changed on me. So Laksh was going, then he wasn't going, then he was going, then he wasn't going, and it was like, then all of a sudden he's like, "Nah, I want to go," and it's like everyone just jumps up and
Gets him ready.
gets going.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, we're here. We're here. Yeah, we are here.
Mm-hmm.
Should we do the morale check?
Yeah, man. Wow. Okay. Let me take a guess. I think you're probably about like a 7.
Yeah, I'm about a 7. I'm 7, but climbing 7 and climbing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm good, man.
What about you?
I'm probably sitting about a 8 closing to a 9.
Nice.
Yeah, we woke up, we got out for a walk.
Beautiful.
It was so peaceful this morning. The roads are quiet. Sun's out.
Yep.
And managed to get Jam out for a walk as well. So
Nice.
it was good.
Nice.
And then got home, had to get through the admin.
Yep.
Got that done.
Yep.
And we're here now.
Here
So
we are. Excellent. Should we do some gratitude?
yeah, man, let's get into it.
Tell me, Kash, what are you grateful for today?
I am grateful for the work that my parents have put in to get me where I am.
Mm-hmm.
I think I shared with you earlier on in the week, you know?
Yep.
Just the sacrifice, the hard work, the turning up every day. Like, it's easy to forget, you know? Like what they've put into getting us to where we are, and also being able to experience opportunities that they might not have ever dreamed of experiencing. You know, that it was quite a humbling experience. So yeah, I'm super, super grateful, and I was absolutely humbled this week.
Yeah.
You know, and it's nice to feel that.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Ella and Bruce.
Yeah.
The real
Love 'em.
ones.
Mm-hmm. The
Nice.
OGs.
Beautiful.
How about yourself, man?
Yeah, man. I'm grateful for community.
Yeah.
Grateful for like friends and the family that we have. We've started recently a habit tracking goal sort of thing for the month.
Yeah.
Where everyone picked a goal
Mm-hmm.
and we're tracking it along, and you know there might be there's people who are not as active in the chat about it, but I think just the fact that I know that I'm now not accountable to myself or actually and the kids, and now accountable to whatever 11, 10 other people. So like mine is to meditate 15 minutes a day. After the first day, I was like, man, I should have just
stuck to walking.
Should have done 10 minutes, or or stuck to walking or something like that. But no, it's good. And like, there's nights where we get to the end of the night and like haven't done meditation.
Yeah.
About to fall asleep, but I get up and I meditate. So yeah. So just grateful for that. Grateful for community to be accountable for, but to go through the journey with as well.
Yeah. And let me just say, the brother's in a super zen state. He's come in here, no shoes on, and he's sitting with his legs crossed, bruh. Bro's on a level.
That's right. This is a good chair to meditate in, actually. I always sit on the ground on a cushion.
Yeah.
And like I get up and my like I can't feel my legs, so I got to sit there for another 5 minutes.
Yeah.
This is real comfortable. If it goes missing,
we know where it is. Yeah. How has it's what has been a week now?
Yeah, about 7 days.
What's that been like? Have you noticed any changes or?
It's been hard. Meditating is definitely getting easier. So I did it for a long time.
Yeah.
Stopped. And then I did different form of meditation before. I did japa.
Yeah.
And then I did like meditation, went through a class and all of that. And then I just stopped,
Yeah.
The BS of life getting in the way, which is so stupid. Like you don't have 10 minutes for yourself, then you don't have a life, right?
Yeah.
So meditating has been getting easier. In terms of what effect is that what you're asking? What it has on the rest of my life?
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I'm a pretty chill dude.
Yeah.
Some of it would have come in handy this morning.
Yeah.
But that was just poor planning on my part. No, definitely I fall asleep better.
Yeah.
So
are you doing it in the mornings?
I do it in the evenings.
Yeah.
Because mornings for us are like
hectic.
2 kids are a bit hectic. I mean, again, I should just get up earlier, right? But anyway, that's my.
I think you got to do what's right for you.
Yeah, and like I'm a night owl, so I will even sometimes I would meditate, go straight to bed. Otherwise, sometimes I will meditate and even like carry on working.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But I feel like I'm more productive.
Okay, because
afterwards,
just at ease.
I'm just at ease. Yeah.
Yeah.
But also like no one else is around, quiet. There's no. Yeah. Anyway, I'll come back to you next week.
Yeah.
With an answer once I'm 2 weeks in.
Definitely.
Yeah. What about you? Yours is 15K?
10Ks.
10Ks.
Yeah. So 10,000 steps a day.
Yeah.
And it's been so good, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely just waking up, getting out there. It's just, that having that sense of accomplishment, doing something for yourself. Again, same thing. If you don't have time for yourself, you don't have a life.
Yeah.
And so often I just get up because I'd be stressed that I need to catch up on work.
Yeah.
I'd just jump onto work.
Yeah.
And like even still this week, I've been like, I'll wake up. If I got to do something, I'll just wake up like an hour earlier.
Yeah.
Quickly send off a few emails and then I'm out for a walk. And
Nice.
It is the best, man. The sun's just rising. It's at the right time. And like there'd be days where I'd go and do work and I'd only be doing like 2,000-3,000 steps a day.
Yeah.
And I come back, I'm like that is so bad, So the body just needs to move.
Yep.
So it's been good. And also Jam's also doing 5,000 steps. So that's kind of making her I've never seen her like get up and just be doing steps to, for the sake of it.
Yeah. And that was the importance of doing this, right?
Yeah.
It's like now do something for yourself, like we've talked about, and then prioritize it.
Yeah.
And because you're accountable to so many other people, you make sure you do it, right? So like I saw that video the other night of Jam, of Jasmita. She didn't hit her steps, but she was walking around the living room.
Yeah.
Like, and that's one, yes, you're being held accountable to someone, therefore you're going to do it.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because you're getting in the steps for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's a beautiful thing.
Definitely.
Yeah. Should we get into the episode?
Yeah, man. What are we talking about today? Who are we meeting? And Yeah.
You know what? I'm a little pissed off, if I'm going to be honest.
Why?
So I was unavailable.
Yeah.
I was I think, and it was in
You were in
Wellington at the time.
Wellington?
And so you had another interview with the one and only Fraser Grut.
Yeah.
Amazing guy. Was this your fourth time?
Third time?
Third time?
Yeah.
That he's been on the podcast. I'm pretty pissed off about the bromance that is going on there. I was listening to the episode, feeling a little jealous, feeling a little left out. So what's up?
It's the one that got away.
We just, yeah, it was like, man. You guys were vibing. It was, it was a great episode. I can't wait for you guys to listen to it. But what the hell, bro?
We just hit it off. It was always, as soon as he comes, as soon as he's in the room, we just match the energy.
Yeah, and you could definitely feel that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting also is because we're at this, we're at the same age.
Yeah.
Kind of at the same point of life and going through the same things. Yeah. And it's been nice to have had met him that long ago and then just coming in and checking in, what's happening in your life, what's happening in my life.
Yeah.
And yeah.
No, it definitely was a great episode. I say that in jest, but not really.
It's okay. I'm here for you.
Whatever, man.
Okay.
Whatever. You never look at me like that. That's cool. Whatever. Yeah, so I wrote down some things that I found really interesting.
Yeah.
Again, great episode. We're not going to take too much time. I want you guys to go in and just listen to his genius.
Yeah.
So I thought it was just a couple of things. I liked that he said that he's been asking himself what his dream is lately.
Yeah.
That was really cool because, he's been on a mission. He's how many dreams in?
He's 1,000. He's probably about 2,000.
Yeah.
Something now.
Like a couple of thousand dreams in on his 10,000 dreams.
Mm-hmm.
That's put aside, right?
Yeah.
But to then have the clarity and the awareness to go, actually, what's my dream?
Yeah.
Is a beautiful thing because when you label yourself, I'm this person, I'm the 10,000 dreams guy. To then be able to step back and be like, actually, that's a big deal. And so I am encouraged by his courage to ask the questions. And I think his answer was really cool. When he said it was reconnecting with his childhood self was always his answer.
Yeah.
That was really cool because we don't do that. We forget. We come into life. So we come into our day-to-day lives and we're like, responsibilities, the roles we play, this, that. And it's like, who am I?
Yeah.
And we've talked about it in the past, but I think a great way to do it is reconnecting with my childhood self.
What did I love? What did I enjoy? Yeah. When did I decide that I need to be this responsible adult?
Yeah, exactly.
And do adulting things.
Yeah. So that was really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I found that a great question to ask myself as well. And I encourage everyone to do that. Ask themselves. I like how he said, just celebrate now.
Yeah.
So just celebrate, i.e., he said, love yourself first, actually. He said, just love myself now, celebrate the wins, and then evaluate later. I think we tend to not do that. We're sort of super critical on ourselves. So I thought it was really good. I'm putting out videos now.
Yeah,
and I'm super critical.
Nah,
but
you can't be.
Then I heard that and I'm like,
Forget about it. Forget about it.
Come on. So just celebrate, love yourself now, and then you learn the lessons later on. What's the point in beating yourself up? Especially when you're in that mind state of being super critical of yourself, right? When you get some distance and you come back to it later on, it's like, okay, now I can pick apart the things that I can actually do something about. Not
allow
just
yourself to be critical.
Shitting on myself.
Yeah.
I'm being properly critical and critiquing the work, not who I am.
Yeah. So
that was really important lesson for me as well. And then the last thing I wrote down was him saying, serve more, bless more. Yeah, that was really cool. And he said, put others' dreams ahead of yours was a way of
taking the ego out.
Yeah, taking the ego out and his way of serving as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, serve more, bless more is that's what we're about, right? But to hear it put that way, was really, really cool. Yeah. How were you feeling after the episode or during the episode?
Yeah, I reflected on it after, and when he talked about the measure of his happiness off kind of the vibe of his wife.
Yes.
Jade.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, yeah, I can understand that because that's exactly what I feel.
Yeah.
You know, like having so much ambition and drive and wanting to do things and that being so self-serving, but the person that you're sharing your life with isn't there on the journey, or, you know, it's all about you.
Yeah.
Like, I can only see it going one way.
Yeah.
You know, and you're going this way and the other person's going that way. And for him, yeah, from what I reflected on, is like, yeah, you still got to make us time. Life is about us time.
Yeah.
And about you guys doing things together.
Yep.
That, and definitely taking the ego out and the importance of, because I think, like I always get the, you know, I talk about the high and then crashing.
Yep.
And that's the, like him getting Justin Bieber, getting Elmo, getting Peter Jackson, and, you know, you've set all these milestones and he's got there. And then the crash after that. And it's like, there's no happiness at the end of that rainbow.
Yeah.
You know, we fool ourselves and we constantly fool ourselves. And he said specifically that he's had conversations where it's like, wait till we're like rich and we have $1 million and, you know, and then we'll live life.
Yep.
It's like, man, life's happening now. You know, I'm forgetting that. And that's what I've also been learning.
Yep.
Is like, all these things are happening outside and that's fine.
Yeah.
But again, I got to bring it back to base level, ground zero, that being in this space, like when we started this thing, we couldn't even fathom being in it.
Not at all.
And now look where we are.
Yeah.
So imagine where we can go.
That's right.
But let's just enjoy this ride.
One brick at a time.
That was me.
Nice. Should we start a 75 hard challenge?
Not yet, man. We're just getting used to maybe that could be our January thing.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to start on day 1.
Yeah.
January 1st. There we go. Okay. Let's do that.
Sweet.
We'll start 75 hard.
Cool.
January 1st.
Let us know if you want to join us.
Yeah. But other than that, should we jump into the episode?
Absolutely.
I'm super pumped for the audience to hear and meet Fraser. If you haven't already, you can go back and listen to some of our past episodes with him. But also this episode is going to be great. There's so many small nuggets. Re-listen to it again and go follow the man on the mission. Perfect.
Cool. Enjoy the episode.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back. With me today, I have a man who doesn't really need too much introduction. He's no stranger to the podcast, no stranger to the space. I'd like to welcome to the show, Fraser Grut.
What's up, man?
How is it going?
Round 3.
Yeah, man.
Dude, I'm going, man.
Yeah.
I'm going.
It's been nice watching the journey,
Thank you.
you know, seeing the highs and lows,
Yeah, dude.
you know, traveling the world, having a good time, getting married,
Yes.
taking a break, restarting, recording Elmo,
It's a lot to catch up on, man.
heaps.
So much. I didn't
So-
even think I'd met Jade when we last recorded.
Exactly. Yeah, man.
Wow.
It's been massive. So, today's just a catch-up episode to see where you're at,
All right, man.
how life's going.
do
But before we kick into it, we always do a morale check-in with gratitude, and then we'll kick into it. So where are you sitting on a scale of 1 to 10, man? How you feeling?
Ooh. Okay. Physically,
Yeah.
I'm feeling good because I'm doing 75 hard with some mates.
Okay.
So I'm like 30 days in or something.
Oh, wow.
So I'm
almost halfway.
Nearly, man.
yeah.
I'm feeling good physically, bro. I
Yeah.
got real sloppy
Yeah.
the last like 6 months with exercise,
Yeah.
eating well. So I had to do something dramatic. So me and 3 other mates are doing 75 hard.
Cool.
Then mentally, bro, on the scale, I don't know, feel like I'm at a weird like figuring out where am I actually going. Like I feel like I'm at a stage where I'm kind of asking myself what my dream is.
Right.
I feel like
okay.
I'm so busy asking everyone else what their dream is.
Yeah.
And it kind of hit me a few months ago. I'm like, wait, what is my dream?
Yeah.
You know, I have like a real stock standard. My dream is to help the world dream answer when people ask me. People ask me all the time what my dream is. And I'm like, well, that's a real nice one-liner.
Yeah.
is that actually my dream? Like, what does that look like?
Yeah.
And so I'm kind of in that
Figuring it out.
place right now. Like, where am I actually going?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
If I'm being honest.
So we're kind of in this figuring out stage. We'll get into that.
Yeah.
So if you had to rate that on a scale of 1 to 10, where are you sitting?
Probably a 6 right now, bro.
Oh,
I'd say.
okay.
Is
Is that a good 6 or like okay 6 or?
I feel like me and my wife were in LA for like the last 2 months.
Yeah.
So we got back a few weeks ago. And I think coming back to New Zealand, I probably been around a 5 or a 6 since we got back.
Okay.
Probably coming off a high of being in America and figuring out, bro. So I don't usually get to 5 or 6. So it's a weird kind of.
What are you doing to bump yourself back up, or to, what are some things you did to get yourself to like around the 8 or 9?
Yeah, well, something I always say to people when people are like, how do you kind of
Regulate,
re-inspire yourself?
Yeah.
I always say like reconnect with your childhood self. So like what made me happy when I was 12?
Yeah.
It's like watching like Lord of the Rings, like watching the making of movies, like the special features of movies. It's just like playing tennis. Like I'm kind of in that place where I'm trying to re-inspire myself, bro.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of my days and a lot of my time and energy goes towards talking to people about their dreams and encouraging others. And I'm probably in a place where I need to encourage myself a little bit.
Or just slow down and do stuff you love doing.
Yeah, bro. I'm trying to have gratitude come back in and kind of, reflect a lot more and it's so easy to feel like you're not accomplishing much or you're not on the right path. And it's easy for other people to be like, oh my gosh, you're doing this. You're killing it. Dude, insane. And you're like, I don't feel like I'm killing it at all. Yet every time I meet people, they're like, dude, you're killing it. And I'm like, am I? It's such a weird kind of place to be.
All right, man. We got lots to talk about.
You feel the same way?
I'm feeling the same way.
Oh, come on, man.
Yeah, definitely feeling. I was talking to some friends about it the other day, and I was just like, I feel there's a picture in my head, and I'm not there.
Yeah.
But they're like, but you've already done and achieved so much.
Yeah.
So, like, isn't there lots
you
of
own a house, dude? You've got this job.
Exactly. You've got this beautiful setup.
Yeah.
You've got this beautiful house.
Yeah.
You're living the dream.
5 years ago, you would have been like, what?
Yeah, exactly.
Looking at you now,
Yeah. So I think there's been, like, my learning right now is just to stop and realize, take a survey of what I've actually got, and that I am there. Okay, so we'll touch on
ambitious
that.
dudes, bro.
Yeah.
It's a blessing and a curse.
So what are you grateful for at the moment, moving into some gratitude?
Oh, dude, I'm so grateful to have a wife that kicks my ass into gear, bro.
Mm-hmm.
She calls me out on my BS all the time.
Puts you in check.
Oh, bro, she's a straight shooter, man. I can't get away with anything. But she's down for adventure, man. She's just been the greatest life partner. We just do this together. We just go on ventures together. She's so supportive and incredible. And I'm grateful, bro, that I've kind of found something that is genuinely like my life passion. Like, I love that I get to meet people every day and talk to people about their dreams. Now, that doesn't mean I'm jumping out of bed 10 out of 10 every day, bro.
100%.
And there's so many periods where I've totally forgotten how much of a blessing this is. But I think the more, like, the older I get, I just turned 30. Like, I'm like, whoa, like at 22, I somehow stumbled into something that has kind of become my life calling, my life mission.
Yeah.
And it's put me into some incredible situations. And I've met the most incredible people. And I've made incredible friends because of it. So I'm grateful, man. But damn, it's easy to lose sight on all that, eh?
Yeah, you just get sucked into the glitz and the glad.
I'm such a big picture dreamer.
Yeah,
that like my vision for the future is so big, and it's like, well, once I get there, I'm gonna be happy.
I feel you.
Yet when we last spoke, bro, a lot of the stuff that's happened since we last did a podcast would have blown my mind, bro. If you said in 3 years' time You would have produced a doc on the Wiggles for Amazon. You would have met some of the people. Like, it would have blown my mind.
Yep.
Yet none of that now feels like much of a win because I'm so like,
On to the next thing.
yeah, dude,
That's what I want to talk about today.
let's do it.
Is like fundamentally what all this comes down to is happiness.
Mm.
And where your sense of happiness comes from.
Mm.
I think even just sense of productivity, what gets you going, that
Yeah.
fire, that ignition, because I think that's what I'm kind of dealing with at the moment, is I feel like my happiness comes from the sense of productivity, even just this morning, or looking forward to this weekend. I was so grateful that we've got this long weekend coming up because it's like I can finally do what I need to get done, which is a whole bunch of editing and working on the podcast, cleaning up the house, I've got a list, need to work through all this stuff. And at the end of it, that's going to make me happy and feel accomplished. I got to keep going. And at no point on my list is there anywhere for like rest or stopping or being.
Yeah, dude.
I recently been on this like leadership course, and my lowest, like they give you fill out this, it's those surveys that they do, and the last like 5, the last thing was self-regulation. I'm like, oh yeah, I probably need to like focus on the bottom 5 because the top 5 come naturally.
Yeah.
So I guess what I want to talk about.
Wait, do you feel lazy when you rest? Do you feel guilty?
Oh, big time.
Yeah.
I feel like I shouldn't be doing that, and that how am I going to be an inspiring leader, an inspiring person if I'm laying on the bed watching a movie, not doing anything, not, like, let alone the world judging me. It's that I'm judging myself on being an absolute loser for have not done something, feeling useless.
We are our mother's sons.
Yeah.
We talked about this before.
Exactly.
I get it now.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what I'm learning is like I think having grown up, that's what we've seen as a measure of success. But we've forgotten that our parents have had to do what they've needed to do to give us the life that we've had, and they also come with their own learnings. They're here to learn and grow. They're coming and going through their own situations. They're having to figure things out themselves.
Yeah.
They're making do with what they've got. And like for my mum, she finds happiness in the way she finds happiness. And it's up to me to decide whether that is for me or not.
Yeah.
I think for so long I've always thought that is what I need to do. And that is how I'm going to be this person. But that's her.
Yeah.
I can't walk in her shoes. It's a different shoe size.
100%, man.
Is that, how have you dealt with that, or do you deal with that?
Ooh. Rephrase the question.
What does happiness look like for you right now? Or how do you deal with that need to be productive, on the go, achieving setting the next milestone? Because like you said, you've accomplished so much already. The people you've met, the places you've traveled, at the age you're at.
Crazy, man.
Even just sitting here, like you're buzzing, you're shaking, man.
I know. I always dangle my leg.
You're ready to go.
This must be a sign of someone that's kind of just
I think
all the time, bro. The table, everyone's like, "Why is the table shaking?" I'm just under it, like shaking my leg.
You're fizzing to go, man. So like, what is it, and how are you dealing with it?
Calling me out, dude. Oh man, dude, it's so weird, man. Like the last year, I've been so blessed to have been in some pretty high situations where I've been like cloud 9 level of like, this is crazy. I've been so aware of this is crazy right now that I'm in this situation. But I would almost say nearly every time that's happened, bro, the very next day I crash like crazy.
Yeah.
Like after filming Elmo's Dream, which was like on my top 5 list
Exactly.
of impossible dreamers
Yeah.
when I started, I destroyed myself for days after that interview going,
What did destroying yourself look like? Sorry.
oh, dude, my self-talk can be really dangerous. Like,
Yeah.
I was awkward. Why did I wear that outfit? The
Right.
lighting sucks. Oh, that's just,
Highly critical.
I was just destroying it. Like I was taking all the joy out of it to the point where I almost might not even have posted it because I was like, if I post this, it's going to be such a failure because I bombed it. And yet in the moment, it was like, oh my gosh, out of body, I'm talking to Elmo. And what I've learned is that the most consistently, like when I am consistently happy, it's usually because I'm serving other people or I'm blessing other people or I'm not inwardly focused. So those big up highs and wins don't bring happiness.
Yeah.
They just bring a lot of excitement and you feel like the ego is like pumping for a few days after, you know, but doesn't necessarily bring happiness.
Yeah.
If anything, it almost plays into the, well, I have to have more of that. So who's next?
Yeah.
And like, you know, you get a huge win and instantly it's like, yeah, well, who's next? I got to get Justin Bieber now.
Yeah.
You know, and until I get Bieber, I can't enjoy the Elmo.
Yeah.
But then when I get Bieber, it'll be, well, I got to get Obama or I can't, you know, and it plays into that negative kind of cycle. So bro, like I am at my most happy when I'm probably not thinking about myself as much. And I think it's probably, I feel like happiness is like this, but like peace is like this, you know, that peace of like, you know, you can look at yourself in the mirror and you can be like, I'm being a good person right now. Like I'm loving my wife. I'm blessing my wife. And dude, I drop the ball all the time.
Yep.
All the time, bro.
Yep.
And when I make my marriage about me, when I'm focused on me, that's usually when it's not in a good spot.
Yeah. Yeah.
When I'm blessing my wife, when I'm serving my wife, when I'm loving on my wife, everything else works out.
Yeah.
It is so true. The happy wife, happy life.
Yeah.
Line. Like it really is. And this is me talking to myself right now. Like it, you know, like when there's an imbalance in the marriage and that like I'm just not, I can't be in the best version of myself, man. So I'm at my happiest when I'm probably.
How do you catch yourself out and regulate back to that peace?
I think my wife calls me out on it, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I think years ago someone said like, if I'm like, I feel like I'm a 10 out of 10 at the moment and my wife is a 2 out of 10, then I'm a 2 out of 10. I am where my wife is. So if my wife's 10 out of 10, then I'm a 10 out of 10, hands down. There's no way I cannot be if my wife's a 10 out of 10. But if she's not in a good place, doesn't matter how great I feel, that's got to change. That's my priority. And so, yeah, dude, like, it's so, like, it really is a blessing and a curse being so driven. You can be so self-centered when you're so driven.
Yeah.
And it's like, just trust me. Once, you know, we're making millions, once this is a global phenomenon, then
it'll be fine.
Then we'll hang out. And then I will be a better husband. Then I will be a bit. And that's just such a lie, you know?
Yeah.
So I am so like, I'm a very self-aware person, almost to a fault where I like, dude, I overanalyze everything.
Yeah.
So if I meet someone, I'll overanalyze how awkward the high five, the handshake was. And I will stay up that night going, oh my gosh, they think I'm awkward. Why did I say that? Like I should. And and it's, are you like that too?
100%.
Bro,
yes.
overanalyze everything. And so when I'm filming a dream, bro, it's like next level. So like I overanalyze everything. Like I was, you know, filming people like Ashton Kutcher's dream. Dude, I overanalyzed everything I said in that interview. I was like, I was so awkward. Why did I make that joke about McDonald's? Why like I kept moving like this on the call because I was nervous and I'm like, he probably thought I was so awkward. And then you kind of just.
How do you find that self-acceptance in that is who you are?
Yeah. I think I've accepted that's who I am, but I think what's great, man, is having a partner like Jade to listen to that and to just be like, dude, you're fine. Because she's the opposite, bro. She doesn't overthink anything.
Yeah.
Like nothing. Like she won't overthink a meeting with someone like at all.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm so envious of that. That must be so peaceful. But I think what I've found, man, a pastor said to me, so say you do a sermon or a talk or a speech or something, that as soon as you finish, just celebrate. Don't analyze, don't watch the footage, don't talk to people about how did I do, what could I do, just celebrate. Then the next day, okay, now let's sit down, watch it. What can you do better? Okay, maybe you shouldn't have done that because now you're not as emotional. It's like when I post stuff now for a day after, I don't look at anything. I don't look at comments. I don't look at how well the views, I don't look at views anymore anyway, but I don't look at comments or anything because I'm emotional. So if it didn't do well, it will destroy me after 2 hours because I'll be like, oh my gosh, the video sucked. That's why I did. Whereas a day later, you're kind of like, okay, it didn't do that well. Why didn't it do? Okay, maybe I should have done, and it's not emotional anymore. So I think I'm becoming more aware to actually love myself immediately after I do the thing and go, congrats, you just filmed Almost. Incredible, man, celebrate. That's a huge win. Then tomorrow we can watch the footage and actually analyze it and, you know, be practical about it.
Has that translated into other parts of life? Because, you know, like thinking about this, we beat ourselves up over so many things and just life in general, you know, like our relationship, going to work, commitments, you know, and we are, same thing, overanalyze the situation in so many areas, you know. But I love what you said in terms of just when you take that emotion out, and just, celebrate it, take the emotion out and come back and look at it. Is that what you do in life, do you think, as well? Or are you figuring that out?
Ooh. Interesting. I feel like that's probably now, I'd say more work-wise, I've learned those tools. But I'd say like in terms of relationships, if I feel like, oh my gosh, when I met that person, I overshared or I shouldn't have done that, or maybe I said an awkward thing or the hug was, I'll almost overcompensate by then sending them like a paragraph of, I love you so much, bro. You're like the greatest human. Like I'll almost go like, I will just like go over the top, like, I'll buy you this, like, dude, I love you. And they're kind of like, oh, hey, thanks, man. Like,
too much.
It's almost like going the opposite of like, okay, I'll over love on them so that they forget the awkward handshake. Even though it wasn't awkward.
So is that like a sense of needing to please them though?
I don't know where that comes from. I'm definitely a people pleaser. And the thought that someone would be upset at me like devastates me. You know, like when someone, like I've had people in the past be like, yo, dude, I'm disappointed. Like I've had a mate call me out once on something years ago being like, not happy about this, man. Oh, dude, it like ruined me for like days. Like ruined me. Because my heart is never to hurt anyone. Like that's just not my nature. So if someone says, you hurt me, and I had no idea that, oh, bro.
How do you deal with that? Still struggling? Still working it out?
Probably going the opposite of, I never want to let anyone down. So I will do whatever it takes to make someone happy. I will do it. Because I don't want anyone to ever be like, he was a bit of a dick, or he said this and he just didn't. But it's just not human to keep up with that, you know? And as I go along life, the circle gets bigger, the connections get wider. Therefore, there's more and more and more people that I can't let down. And then you just burn yourself out.
You got to break, man.
Just trying to be and then you can't be a great guy to anyone. And the worst thing is, your wife gets the worst version of you because you've given everything to strangers. Yet your wife isn't getting that same, like, you know?
Oh, man.
And I feel like that's for a lot of husbands out there, that easy to give strangers your absolute best and to give your loved ones.
So how do you do that? How do you give your best to your wife?
Dude, I'm figuring that out at the moment, man. It's probably dialing back on. And it's tough because 10,000 Dreams is so tied to meeting strangers and giving your absolute, like, encourage them, love on them, spend time with them. So it's such a hard balance of, obviously you got to pull back, and I used to be an introvert when I was like a teenager, but I'm definitely a big extrovert now.
Yep.
So I feel like I've got a massive circle of people in my life that so it's probably shrinking it down. But that's tough for me, man, as an extrovert, you know. Yeah.
But I'm sure like the level of relationship has probably changed dependent on the size of the people you know. You know, like most people are acquaintances.
Yeah.
And then there's your friends, and then your close friends, and then your direct connections, you know, and it's probably like within those 4 or 5 that are deeply personal.
Yeah.
And then, you know, as you grow outside of that, they get a little less, a little more surface.
Yeah, well, I feel like I'm such an open book, bro. So I can definitely have real deep, vulnerable chats with some random dude that I
That's just your personality.
Yeah, and I feel like because when I meet people, I kind of go and so like, you know, like I met a dude like a couple of months ago in LA, and within like 6 hours of meeting him, he's like, dude, you're going to be one of my groomsmen. And I'm like, dude, you're going to be the godfather to my kid's firstborn. Now, it's probably a little bit of banter, but I feel like I have a lot of relationships where I meet people and it's just like,
you hit it. Yeah.
And then you kind of go, oh, wait, crap.
Was that the right thing?
I don't have capacity for 50 best friends right now.
Yeah.
So then you're kind of like, oh my goodness. Now I've like, then this person's like, dude, now we're best friends. And you're like, wait, I can't actually have this many best friends.
How are you managing
all
all
this?
this?
Jade always wrangles me in with is like, dude,
not everyone's your best friend.
I know. I feel like I go from like stranger to like best friend mode within 1 minute of meeting certain people.
A 0 to 100 guy.
Yeah. But that's probably just 10,000 dreams that's trained me to do that is meeting people and making them feel comfortable or going, how do I make them feel loved and seen? So I'm not like upset about that, but I definitely got to put boundaries up.
Yeah.
And obviously as things go further as well, it won't expand even more.
Yeah.
And then maybe like you find yourself not actually giving your all to your actual best friends.
That's right. Yeah.
And then you're like, wait, I'm giving so much to these strangers and yet my tight circle are not getting that version of me.
Yeah. At work, I always feel like you've got your clients and you need to deliver to a standard. Like I feel like you need to go above and beyond, and that sense of I just need to be on my game to meet their like satisfaction. Yeah. And like I'll do anything to please you, you know?
Yeah.
And somewhat with people as well. Like when I meet people, it's somewhat similar in the sense I think when I meet strangers at first, I'm just like, I just need to
a little guarded.
Yeah. I think before I used to think of myself as extremely extroverted. I think I've probably pulled that back big time.
Yeah.
Where I just watch a little bit now, try to figure it out, read the room, and then see how I like, but there's a lot of thinking going on too. Like I've already thought about, this is how I'm going to navigate it. But then I feel like I need to be on that vibe with strangers.
Yeah.
I think I quickly weed out the people that just are who are just not on the vibration that I'm on.
Yeah.
You know, on that vibe. Like I struggle to just have a surface conversation. That small talk. Like I really like the stuff that lifts me up and brightens me up is talking about what gets you going. What do you care about? What are you passionate about? You know? And that doesn't mean solving the world's problems.
Yeah.
That means serving the family. You know, that you really love serving the family, that you love connecting with the family. That's your passion. That's what inspires you. That's what gets you going. And if we can have a chat about that, cool. I'm there to listen.
Dude.
You know? But I think, maybe small talk is hard.
Rough, bro.
Definitely. I struggle, man. But I probably do feel like when I am around people, I do get comfortable and it's nice to share.
Yep.
I don't know if I'm a 0 to 100 guy like you.
I don't small talk,
But,
bro, when I meet
yeah.
people. Like I avoid what do you do or
Yeah.
anything like that now. I'll just jump into a weird ass question.
Yeah.
Like I met someone at a party at LA like a month and a half ago and literally just went up to him. I was like, dude, never met him. Dude, when was the last time you pooed your pants?
Yeah. Okay.
Bro, broke the ice so quick.
Yeah.
And we just had a great chat after that because it's like, how can you not after that? You really break the ice.
I accept that.
As long as you smile
that.
when you say and you're not creepy when you say it. Like you got to kind of have I know this is outrageous, but.
I can understand that. I feel, a lot of people, a lot of the world, a lot of society is about just taking life so seriously.
Yeah, dude.
Like everyone just chill out, man. Like
Dude,
it's
just have fun. Like, yeah, man.
you know, let's just smile, like just have a joke. And I agree. At that point, you drop the bar and you can just meet someone and see them for who they are. You know,
100%, man.
takes away that insecurity, takes away that bullshit, and it's like we're here.
Yeah, that's why my probably least favorite social situation is the bumping at the mall, the bumping at the restaurant, the bumping.
Oh, how you doing? How are you?
Because you kind of can't stop and go, so what's been the best thing that's happened in the last 6 months? Like you kind of can't because it's this awkward, we're both walking, but we're walking part and you have to have so what we got, like what?
Yeah.
That's my least favorite social interaction like ever.
What I'm disliking at the moment is like the weather chats. How's the weather? You know, how's the day? It's good. How's the weather? Oh, it's, you know, I'm trying to find something that I can get past, you know, without having to just use the weather or.
Oh, dude, weather, no. No. You know, when you're in a group situation and the weather comes up, you know it's like coming down.
Conversation
like,
levels
bro,
at its
get out of
lowest.
here right now.
Let's talk about serve more, bless more, put others' dreams before your own. Because you talked about you finding your dream or figuring out your dream. But having put out the Wiggles documentary, you talked about serving more, blessing others more. What is that, and what is that about? How has life changed since the last time we talked, and Fraser now being more about service and blessing? And
yeah, man. Well, when we last chatted, I was still doing the daily dream. And the goal was 10,000 days.
Yes. Because let's talk about this pause as well.
Yeah, there was a big blip in the middle of last chatting.
Because the last time we also talked, we were talking about what would happen if the pause or the end did, like the stop happen.
Yeah.
You know? And we talked about whether or not you'd start from one again, who that person is, if you could get there. We talked about the highest of highs and getting to that last dream, achieving the goal, and then the absolute crash, not wanting to get there. So, okay, let's talk about that pause. Let's talk about serving and blessing and who Fraser is now sitting in the seat.
Yeah, man. Well, that was like, it was all ego, bro, that chasing 10,000 days in a row. Like there was nothing smart about that. That was so unhealthy.
Yeah.
I did 1,819 days in a row and it was destroying me. And I bought into the whole mindset of I'm the crazy guy that's doing this crazy thing.
Your
Everyone
identity.
thinks I'm crazy.
Yeah.
It was all like identity and ego, bro. It was so unhealthy. And the fact that I got married and went through a divorce in that 1,800 days as well and never stopped to process or to
to grieve.
Be healthy, to grieve, because no, I'm on this crazy mission that's more important than anything else in the world. And I was telling people, no, this is the assignment God's given me. It's like, dude, it was so unhealthy. How is this in any way like a, and then I kind of like started towards the end of 2021, I started thinking about what if I actually quit this thing? And it was a scary thought because I was so locked in. I've been so public about it too. And I was like, everyone's going to think I'm a failure if I quit. And then one of my like close mates, who was a young entrepreneur that I really looked up to, traveled America with him and everything. He kind of was the epitome of, where I wanted to go. Of like, this is a young dude just killing it. Took his life out of the blue. And that instantly rattled me, like to the point of, I think it was the same day it happened where I was like, I'm going to quit 10,000 Dreams.
Really?
Because I was like, not that I was going in that direction, but my mental health was declining.
Yeah.
I was getting anxious. Meeting people, filming Dreams made me anxious.
Wow.
It was just getting really unhealthy. And I just met Jade at that point. We'd been a few months dating, and the thought of going through a second divorce, potentially in the future, because of the mission, like, oh, dude,
it's not worth it.
Freaked me out, man.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm cool in this. And I think I gave it like a month before the 5-year mark. I was like, at least get to 5 years. That's a clean way to end it. And I told everyone I was going on like a sabbatical, like a couple of months break.
Yeah.
I wasn't, bro. I was done.
Yeah.
I just didn't want to tell everyone I was done.
Right.
And ending it was like the scariest thing I've ever done. Because I was like, one, I kind of made a big thing about it, like a big post about it. I was like, what if no one gives a crap? And everyone's like, dude, we don't actually care. That would destroy me going, wait, I did this for 5 years and no one actually cared. Why did I think everyone cared? And the other one was, everyone's going to think I'm a failure. And it was such, dude, like for like maybe a month or two after quitting 10,000 Dreams, I didn't know how to talk to people. I lost all my social skills. I became awkward because I was so used to talking to people because of Dreams. That was all I knew my social situations to be. I was like, wait, but if I'm not the dream guy anymore,
who are you?
Who the heck am I? I'm not doing anything with my life. Like and dude, it rattled me for like, luckily I had the wiggle stalker that was kind of happening at that time. But then that was a journey in itself that was a massive learning curve. So I guess that didn't even take well, this is my identity now. It was just nice to have something that I could tell people I was doing that was like, oh, wow, that's awesome. Because at least that fed the whole, at least I still have an identity.
Yeah.
Even though deep down it wasn't fulfilling me in that way at all. And then, dude, I didn't pick it up again until like 14 months later. And I was done. Like, never in my life am I going to film Dreams again. I was so over it and fizzled from it. And then I woke up one morning and I just really felt like God was saying, dude, pick it up again. And then I spent the next few weeks being like, hell no. And then I had multiple people, like 2 pastors, like Jade's parents, like my parents, like just random people contact me, not knowing that I was thinking about doing it again, being like, hey, bro, have you thought about doing 10,000 Dreams again? Hey, dude, I feel like you should pick it up again.
Wow.
Or like I woke up this morning, had a dream about you, and I think you should do 10,000 Dreams again. And it kind of became really clear that I needed to do it again. Yeah. But I couldn't figure it out. I'm like, I can't do the daily thing again. That makes me like ill thinking about that. And then it just hit me, the most obvious thing ever. Why don't you just, do it in your lifetime? 10,000 by the time you die. Like,
wow.
No daily, like just film when you want.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, that sounds so obvious. Why didn't I? Like, it's so obvious. I was like, oh, that makes sense. And I was so reluctant, bro. And then I filmed Jade's dad as the first stream back. And I was like, no one's going to care. Like, I'm going to post this and everyone will be like, dude, go away. Like, we're done.
He's back.
It was like, no one's going to care. So I didn't make any posts about it. I didn't say I'm starting. I just posted and never told anyone.
Keep going.
Because I was like, I don't want to be that guy that makes a big, and then no one cares. Yeah. And I was like, dude, like, I have to change this. Like, I can't do what I did the last 5 years. And ever since picking it up again, bro, and having a healthier pace to it, crazy doors have happened. Like everything that's blown my mind since starting this in 2016 has all happened in the last year. And it's just incredible, man. Like I kind of can't even, the thought now of having never picked it up again freaks me out.
Yeah.
To know that I was so reluctant to do it again that I didn't want to really freaks me out because I never would have known what was going to come around the corner, bro.
Well, I guess we never know, right?
We never know, bro. And I'm sure if I hadn't picked it up, something else would have filled its place, But dude, when I wasn't doing this, man, like a part of me was missing. Yeah. Like, I feel like I'm the type of guy that is a go-getter. I'm like about the adventure, the story, doing wild stuff. Like, how the hell did that, like, you get in that situation? Like, that's how I'm wired. It's like, how do I get into like the Vatican and meet the Pope? Like, that's how I'm wired. Like, that fires me up. And I feel like without 10,000 Dreams, I kind of had no place to put that energy.
Yeah.
And the Wiggles doco, like, I used that energy and mindset to get the doco over the line. But the making of it, I kind of just ended up, you know, the day-to-day, work at an office, edit. I kind of wasn't really using any of that Fraser juice that got me the gig.
Yeah.
And I was just like losing myself, bro. I was like, I'm so bored. I'm doing this thing that's like a dream job. And I was so bored.
Well, that's like the last time we spoke. That's what you'd mentioned, that you love to chase.
Yeah, dude. I'm about the chase, man. I'm about like
just getting into the
there's
room.
no way you're going to make that happen.
Yeah.
It's like, watch, I will do whatever it takes to get in the room.
Is that still the case?
Oh, yeah. That's
Thriving
how
off the chase.
Dude, like, I'm at my worst self when I'm playing life safe, man. Now, I think I'm at a healthier place now of realizing that you can't chase like that every day.
Right.
That's not healthy. You can't live your life just chasing the next bit. Like, you actually have to have balance where also with 10,000 Dreams, it can't just be Ashton Kutcher's every day.
Yeah.
That's not the mission. That's not the point of it.
Yeah.
So if you just make it all about that, you're going to lose the whole point that it's everyone, you know? And not every dream's going to be this crazy, sexy, everyone, oh my gosh, how did you, you know, like, and you have to accept that that's a part of it, you know? And
one brick.
Yeah. And then that's what makes the, oh, what? You did Elmo even more crazy because you've actually you've honored the mission. And then it almost feels like we all won when you got Elmo. We all got Elmo because we've all been a part of this.
Yes.
There's no way I get Elmo's dream without the 2000 that came before it, you know? So everyone who said, yes, I will film my dream with you got me to Elmo.
The joy that it brought us when we saw you with Elmo was that honestly felt like we had won.
Oh,
not just myself, but even my wife.
Thank you, man. That's amazing.
Like, to be a person on that journey and then to see you there was like, wow, you know, like you can achieve your dreams, you can achieve your goals. And you're an example of laying a brick at a time. Like you said, each dream is just a brick. And then when you stand back and look at the wall, wow, you know, and Elmo is just another brick in that wall, but what an absolute milestone to be able to celebrate, you know, and
thank you, man.
Yeah, it just, oh man, we were just so happy for you that day.
Thanks, dude. That's so kind, man. It's so easy when you're building the wall to not stand back and look at it.
But everyone else is watching you.
So the only time I feel like, oh, that was actually crazy is when I meet people and they're like, dude, you went to Ashton and Mila's house.
Yes.
And you're like, wait, that was crazy? Like, you can't, because you're just so in the moment. I was so focused on making that happen that I probably didn't realize how crazy that actually was. So I need to get better at actually reflecting and standing back and being like, oh,
I'm here.
Dude, when you started, the thought of like Jono and Ben were like Everest.
Yeah.
If I filmed Jono and Ben's dreams, like that's crazy, bro. And I filmed their dreams within like the first 200 dreams. So, and then you're like, wait, I could actually do a local MP now. Oh my gosh, wait, could I do a prime minister? And then you stand back and you're like, wait, I've filmed 8 prime ministers now.
Yeah.
But so I really stand back and look though.
So what is your process of reflection? Are you journaling or is this a daily thing?
I journal, bro. I should journal. I get into like, I journal for 2 days and then I just.
I mean, it's not for everyone, right? But what is the process of regrounding, looking at where you've come from, reflecting, and also not like magnifying one dream more than the other, giving it more importance, you know, like just because you're a celebrity. So how do you root yourself to the ground? How do you ground yourself?
I'm a very nostalgic person.
Yeah.
I like scrolling back and like,
just reminiscing.
I love reminiscing. It's fun when I like hang out with people or meet people who I filmed the dream of like 6 years ago.
Yeah.
And then they can tell me, like I had someone, like I filmed the dream of years ago and I hadn't seen him in like 4 years. And he was like, dude, when you filmed my dream, a girl saw that video, thought I looked cute, reached out to a mutual friend of us and said, who's that guy? And now then they'd start dating for years.
Oh, wow.
He's like, you're the reason we actually met.
You're the matchmaker.
Yeah. And I had no idea. It's like all these things now that I never would have known unless people tell me. That makes me so happy, bro. And that's almost like a way for me to stop and be like you said, like, oh, one person. It's impacted one person.
Mm-hmm.
And then those stories start to happen a lot where people are like, dude, because I filmed my dream, I then went and quit my job and I pursued it and then I've signed to achieve it now. And you're just like, what? I had no idea. Like, it's so easy. Like, a lot of the time it blurs into, 2,120 dreams definitely blurs into like a big part.
Big mash.
Like.
So what are you doing in the moment when you're there with the person? Are you stopping now or taking a moment to think? Do you think you should?
I should, man. I need to get way better at that, bro. 100%. And I wish I had journaled from day one.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, the process of you documenting is a process of,
I guess it's journaling.
Somewhat journaling. I think I'm liking seeing your behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Behind the dream. That's been quite cool, to see what's actually gone and what's involved in you getting there.
Mm.
But I think it's more, maybe it's a personal thing of thinking about that presence, that whether it's 10 seconds, just being like, Fraser, look at where you are, look at what you've done, and look who you're around.
Yeah.
Like, remember when I started this on day one, dream one, and now we're at dream whatever. Like, and then click it back,
Yeah, dude. Just a great reminder, man.
Yeah. Because look at the rooms you've been in. Look at the rooms you're going to go into.
Yeah.
The people you've been around, the people you're going to be around in the future. Like, you've got a long journey. You're going on a long journey, man.
It's a long journey, man. Thanks, bro. It's a really good reminder. I need to get so much better at that. I don't know why I don't reflect yeah, dude.
Is it because you're so forward focused?
Yeah,
the next
man.
thing, the next thing, the next thing.
Bro. Or maybe there's like that degree of like, and I know it's not healthy and I know I need to get better at that. But I think we all struggle with it. Well, once it's got 50 million followers, then I'll be able to appreciate every day and every dream, and I'll milk every moment, and because it matters now, because it's globally known.
Yep.
And maybe you fall into that.
The validation.
And maybe there's a part of me going, I know there's been some massive wins, but it's not where I thought it would be, or it's not where it should be in my mind at this point. And then you almost take away from it going, don't celebrate too much, man. Like, it's a cool win, but you're not Joe Rogan yet. Like, it's kind of like you always lay into that.
You set the bar so high. Yeah.
Because genuinely, bro, like, I want like, my dream is to help the planet dream. Like, I'm wired that way where I want to film the King's dream. I want to film a dream in space. Like, I want to get on The Simpsons and film The Simpsons as animated characters.
Yep.
Like, I'm a big dreamer. So it is a blessing and it is a curse, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Far out, man. Oh, this guy's got a super long way to go.
A long way, bro.
Lots more rooms to go into. Lots more things to find out. At this point in time, we'll probably, I reckon we're almost done, man. Before we finish up, who is Fraser right now?
Ooh.
Because let's give it another 5 years. This guy's moving overseas, You'll be, hopefully you'll be back for a visit. We'll check in then.
Yeah.
So, it's just a nice checkpoint right now. Who are you right now?
Dude, that's a hard question. What do people like? What's like a general?
No. We don't want general. I just want off the cuff, man. You know, like we've watched the journey. You know, like you're talking about service, you're talking about blessing others, about capturing dreams. You know, you're talking about spending time with your wife. It's a very different picture to the person that I spoke to for the first time, to the person that I spoke to the second time.
Definitely,
You know,
bro.
so like just at this point in time, who was the how about this? Who is the person that you want to be right now?
I want to be known as Jade Grut's husband, bro.
Yeah.
Nothing's more important than that, man.
Yeah.
I mean, naturally, I'm a dreamer. Like I'm a massive, massive dreamer.
Yeah.
And what I want to be like, I recently filmed the dreams of the Irwin family. And I think I made a little thing on Steve Irwin's dream after doing that. I started to reflect a lot on Steve Irwin and watching a lot of his stuff and spending time with his family, seeing how Robert is Steve Irwin's son. Like, yeah, it is his son. And being like, why do I admire Steve Irwin so much? It's probably because he's the most authentic human you can imagine.
100%.
Like he is 100% himself.
Yeah.
You can't call it like that. That is not he's not ripping off anyone else. That is Steve Irwin to a T. And right now I want to be 100% authentically Fraser Grut.
Wow.
And I don't want to copy. I don't want to compromise. Even if I lose out on opportunities, even if I lose friends or whatever it is, I want to be me 100%. Yeah. I think that's something I've been reflecting on a lot of being like, okay, well, be that guy, that dream. Or should you just be that guy? Like, don't fake it. Don't put on an act, but just, that is who I am. Like, I genuinely am like that.
Express it.
Just be that. Some people won't like it. Doesn't matter, man. Just be that guy. Be over loving to people. Like, encourage people way more than you think you need to. Send that long paragraph text to a mate to encourage them. Even if you don't think they need it right now. You never know. One text could really impact someone deeply. I just want to be that guy, 100%.
Beautiful. Wow. Oh, man. I love that. Oof. Couldn't have asked for a better answer.
Thanks, man. You stumped me there when you asked it.
Yeah.
Man, those are the good questions, bro. You just stumped.
No, of course. I just want to thank you for your time, man.
Of course.
Thank you for making time in your day. You're a busy guy. Doing lots of things. You're going far. And you matter to people as well. You know,
Thank you,
I think you make people, you inspire people and encourage people to believe in themselves, to know that they matter, to show that you don't have to have the most glamorous dream. There's no such thing as a glamorous dream.
Yeah.
You know, that it's just everyone to their own, you know? And I think personally, I appreciate your drive. You know, I appreciate seeing you hustle and that tenacity of like, what's the next thing? You know, seeing you chase that I find it nice to watch.
Thank you, man.
You know, I appreciate that. Like, you've said you're doing something and you're doing it. You're not sitting around. But on the flip side, I'd love to see you sit around.
Yeah,
you know? I want to see the Fraser that just like takes the moment.
Yeah.
Takes a moment to pause. And I have started seeing that with from what you share about the time that you spend with your wife. You know, and just from hearing you about it today and focusing your time and energy on your wife, and that's something that I've learned as well. You know, is the happiness I can bring into my life through serving my wife.
Yeah.
You know, and how much change that'll bring, how much it'll impact her life, impact my life, the family life, you know, is just putting myself aside a little bit and what that does. So thank you so much.
Of course, man.
Appreciate your love, appreciate your energy, and you're welcome back at any time.
Oh, we got a lot more podcast episodes in us.
Of
bro.
course.
For the next 40 years of me doing this.
That's it. We'll just keep checking in and see how it goes. So, yeah, that's all I've
Appreciate
got
you,
to
man.
say. I love you, man. That's it.
Mad love, dude.
This guy. So, here's the problem. You got two guys sitting in here who want to please other people, help other people, and only want to keep getting the best. We're just going to keep complimenting and complimenting.
I know, right?
That's it. We just got to stop. So we're stopping right now.
You won the outfit game today, too, by the way.
This guy's still going.
Yeah, I dropped the ball.
That's it. That's what
I think I wore a yellow hoodie the first time I came on.
You did.
Dude, I don't know what happened.
You're on the vibes. It's all right.
I was on the vibes straight away, and then I totally just went to like plain white shoes, white top.
For the next one. For the next one, we'll be in matching tracksuits.
I'll go yellow, bro.
Yeah, sounds good. All right. That's it for today. Until next time, be human, be now.
Love it, man.
What a journey.
That's awesome, bro.
That was cool.